Okay. Sorry, y'all, if I sound out of... Yeah.
No matter where she goes,
You
dress her up.
You really are trying to like make fetch happen with that song.
Toes.
You really want me to see this film.
I just think it's so funny. It's worth seeing.
I don't think people know what you're talking about.
If you haven't familiarized yourself with the fact that Tyra Banks acts in an entire movie called Life Size with Lindsay Lohan, it is worth the watch.
Abominable.
Okay, it's worth the watch. She does a whole musical number. It is perhaps maybe the worst few moments of film history, but it is all caught on camera and there for us to watch and relive over and over again. And I just can't imagine why you wouldn't want to, because it's funny. It's entertaining.
I don't think I would be able to take it because her acting career, her singing career, none of it happened.
Classic.
And she went on that show that she produced and tried to tell them girls that she was venturing out to new opportunities. And who was she to cast judgment upon them?
All the music video
I was
episodes.
like, girl, you never had a chance.
Where she was doing singing. I was like, Tyra, come on. Okay, anywho, I'm Kayla.
And I'm Britton.
And we are Village Vibes Podcast.
Your favorite processing partners.
So we're here again. I cannot believe that we have been so consistent. Hey, good for us, man.
Hey, stop telling people what we're not. Like, it's like you're defeating us right in front of the listener.
No, I'm not defeating. I'm being honest. Okay. Anywho, who is your Bae of the Week?
Okay, my Bae of the Week is I have three. Okay. First goes to one Jonathan Covington Brem.
Yes. That's mine.
And all of a sudden, their podcast just skipped my mind.
Everyone's a critic.
Everyone's a critic.
Everyone's a critic on xraypod.com.
They contacted us this week or a few weeks ago actually, to set up an interview with Kayla and I about VillageVibesPodcast. And I think it just felt really good to be acknowledged. One of the things that I struggle with this creative platform that we have is that maybe sometimes we're not taken seriously. So when they contacted us and wanted to interview us and wanted to get to know more about us and honestly drop some gems of their own about us, it really just brought joy to my spirit because people don't really understand what it takes to do what we do. It was a very fun interview as well. And then my second Bae of the Week is our good sis, Steffi, who does definitely support us and promote the show and, just share it. You know what I mean? Then my final Bae of the Week is Rashonda Brooks of Young, Gifted, and Black Portland, YGB. Rashonda just is a consistent, talking about supporter of myself, of Kayla, of the podcast, and she really looks out for us. And a few weeks ago, I had the opportunity to work with her on her own production with just a phenomenal set. Of course, all COVID-19 precautions were taken, and we were safe. There weren't a lot of people in the space. But it was a hosting gig for kind of like a QVC style situation for Portland vendors, local vendors. So I just wanted to did I already give her a shout out for that? Or did I already make her a Bae of the Week for that?
I think so.
Oh, okay.
But also Rashonda is like, she's so involved in the community and she's constantly making sure that she's partnering with people in Portland and uplifting people in the community.
She has the same mentality that I do in the sense of like, hey, I have a position where I can share this and I can bring people on. So let me do that.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing that I do with the numbers in the music coordinator position is just like, well, I'm just going to anybody who I know and I love and I support their work. Let's bring them in. Mm-hmm. Let's do it.
Yeah. And you can tell that she makes that a priority.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So those are my Baes of the Week.
Okay. Yes, my Bae of the Week was also Jonathan for having us on. The segment that we were on is called Top of the Pod. I'm I'm not exactly sure when we're going to hear it or see it, but it was, I will reiterate what you said. It was really nice to be asked to do something like that. And for me, I was like, oh, this is nice to be asked the questions and for somebody to show that they care about us.
Amen. That's all.
Not that our guests don't do that, but I think, but yeah, it was very nice. It was very interesting to be on the other side of the interview table.
Yeah, it just feels good to hear some feedback.
It's also nice to get specific feedback, and Jonathan certainly provided that for us this week. They had said something that had really stuck with me about how we are, we don't necessarily need to be a podcast that has to be defined by this or that. Like, we can just, as a podcast, be and
exist. Yeah.
And that's good enough. And I was like, oh, that's really nice for somebody to like recognize it.
Yeah.
That makes us valid also.
Right. I don't want to get caught up on it about how jaded and bitter I am. I think
no, but I did want to thank Jonathan for
the point is
reminding us that
there is value in what we do.
Yes,
Sorry,
absolutely.
I keep cutting you off.
Yes, absolutely. That there is value in what we do. And then my second babe of the week goes to Bretman Rock.
Oh, I love Brett.
Explain why. Well, I don't really need to explain why. But Bretman Rock is somebody that I follow on Instagram. If you don't follow him, you definitely should. He is so funny, so entertaining. But I just find he also sometimes when I watch him, I feel very old. I'm like, this is not my generation, clearly.
I don't feel that way.
But I do appreciate, like, I just appreciate his energy and also the fact that he is like such a popular influencer, but I really, when I watch his stories, I'm like, that seems like you really are just doing the things that you want to do.
Yeah. And it seems very legit. Like, it doesn't seem forced.
It all seems very genuine.
Yeah.
But I'm just really appreciative of people who put out content on the internet that is really designed to like uplift and make other people laugh and feel good. And
amen. And you get joy every single time.
Yes.
Every single time.
Yeah. All of like he does these mini series. So like one was like cereal of the day. Another was plant of the day. I think he just got done doing vinyl of the day. Everything that he does, I'm like so obsessed with. I'm like, cool. That's so cool. But it seems like such a life to like, just like record your hobbies and the things that you enjoy doing and to like make an entire, not to say that he doesn't work hard. That's not what I'm saying.
Oh no. Mama has a whole like makeup, like, brand.
Yes. He really
social media brand.
That's the thing, right? Is that like you become your brand,
yeah.
which I think would be really exhausting. But I also just think that if you don't follow him on Instagram, you should, because
he's so funny.
It's just
I really want for him and his boo to get back together, because his boo just sounds. They sounded so cute. They sounded so good together. And I mean, even though we never saw him, I was just like, oh,
mystery man.
I really like gay love. I really do. When it's like legit authentic. Like it makes me hopeful, I think. I think somewhere in the back of my old grated up heart. It's like
their cold dead heart.
Yeah, I've recently gotten into looking at this black gay couple on YouTube who have a family and a beautiful lifestyle out in Atlanta, and it's just I'm like, okay, it is possible. It really is possible.
Well, is that something do you think that you feel that way because that's something that you long for?
I'm still, in the trenches about it. Not sure. It seems nice. She seems cute. But I mean, the amount of trust that it would take. And I'm already doing so much work. And like I said to you before, I really want to make sure I bring again, we not only do we need to focus on what we want from a partner, but you have to understand what you're bringing to a partnership as well. It can't be always centered around what you want. Ooh. What are you bringing, sis? Ooh. And if you ain't got then what you girl, it ain't gonna work because of you. Like, you feel me? So I feel like I'm still working on myself. I'm still working on. Child, I got some serious stuff. I got some serious abandonment and rejection issues because fear of losing love type.
Whoa. So I say we just dive into what we learned.
Yeah.
What a segue.
And this is what I learned.
I have like really intense abandonment issues. This is what I learned.
Ta-da.
Okay, sorry.
You want to go first? Or do you want me to go first?
I mean, I feel like you let us in with that opening.
Yeah.
If you're comfortable.
So y'all, one of my biggest things in my life that I'm working on right now is the fact that I have some serious rejection issues due to fear of constantly losing love. I come from an environment that was very hostile in the sense of like when you don't talk issues out. You just exit the situation and you get rid of people. So that's kind of a scenario, not from my mother, by no means my mother, but definitely the family that surrounded me growing up, who weren't present, which I've spoken about before. But anywho, it has manifested itself as a fear of rejection.
Okay.
Because of fear of losing love or fear of being inadequate and not worthy. Which is my stuff I'm working on. So earlier this week, I wrote a tweet where I said, "It is in the nature and the purpose of some to sow chaos in their lifetime, to cause division, to alienate people in order to avoid acknowledging their own awfulness, specifically in family units. It's okay to sever ties with family members who don't hold themselves accountable." And I wrote that because when you reach your limit with folks, family or friend, who constantly sow chaos into your life, when you don't have the energy to sustain toxic relationships, you come to for me this week, I came to a crossing point. And I saw the side of me that hates a great deal and that could easily venture into that direction. However, I was able, luckily through the tools that I used through therapy and through, I think, maturity, to say, calm down. Where's this coming from? It's just hurt. It's extreme hurt. And I want to believe that most of us do gain clarity when that moment arrives. I know many people don't pay enough attention to gain that sixth sense to know when they're fed up with being treated terribly. And I just want to offer any of you in this kind of situation this small piece of info, which is it's okay to cut a cancerous relationship out of your life, especially when it comes to family. And I know that's challenging because we all grow up with the trope of that's family. We all grow up with the trope of, well, that's who they are. So I have to make a healthy and wise decision for myself to say I'm not going to do it no more. Especially because I come from a background where abandonment and rejection from family members is what I grew up with. So to even experience that in a family situation of choice, I've got to make the decision to say, well, I just can't. I don't hold value
for that
in a relationship like this.
Used against you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree. I am a huge advocate for cutting out family members.
And it's easier said than done. And everyone's situation really is different.
It's very difficult. I think when I say an advocate, I mean, like, I don't think that any relationship should be exempt from accountability. And if, like, it's almost like, I mean, that is the implication with family members, right? It's your blood. Blood is thicker than water.
Like, it's not.
We just forgive because that's your family.
We forgive, and you keep stabbing me in my stomach.
Right. You haven't done anything to fix this.
Right.
So
that person's not doing anything to fix it.
Why? Yeah. So why do I need to stick around? I don't think it, but I also think it's very difficult for the generation before us, for our parents' generation to understand that, because I think that that's one of the cycle breaking things. But yeah, I agree. I think if it's I don't think it matters if it's a family member. If they're treating you like garbage,
right? And what I can offer in all of this is that you communicate effectively to the surrounding people. So if you know you can't be around somebody in your family, and you know you're going to make the decision to not be around whenever this person is around. What I would recommend is just communicating to those people around who you think whose relationships will be impacted as a result of the choice you made to separate yourself, or not separate, but to not be part of. I just won't. Yeah, I just won't. And because It's just I don't want to put myself in harm's way on purpose no more.
Which is so disappointing that it even has to like be that much you taking responsibility and saying that it's you putting yourself in harm's way, as opposed to somebody taking advantage of your position with them and then harming you. It does feel like you have to like do all of these moves.
Shuck
to
and jive.
like, yes.
Yeah. Like, it just really sucks when you all you want to do is communicate and say, hey, this is how you're inflicting pain and harm upon me, only to be met with like resistance and like not being listened to, understood, and validated for how I feel.
Yeah.
But instead, and I don't know how other people can deal with that. I don't know how other people in my family can tolerate that.
You know, I think it's just that, I mean, lots of reasons. People give lots of reasons for keeping someone in their lives. But I think family is one of those things, man, that I think some people really believe that it doesn't matter what the relationship looks like.
And what sucks is that, like, not only do I have a rift in my own bio family, but this is like my choice, my I don't even like the chosen word family. I felt like the family that came together out of. It's hard to put into words, but I put myself in situations where I kind of dimmed my own light. Well, not kind of, I did. I littled myself, and to appease someone else who consistently made it their purpose to always remind me or make me feel like at the end of the day, because I'm not blood, I am not a part of this family. And, it's these for life. There we go.
It's a simple way of putting it. Yes, absolutely.
Anywho, what'd you learn?
All of it. I mean, ooh, I know. I feel like I have so many family members that I've been like, okay, well, I'll just never see you again. That's cool with me. Whatever. I mean, some more explicitly than others, but like, I support it. I feel like I like what you said about being honest with the people around you, people who it will impact. But I really feel like if somebody is not treating you well and you've made that clear, or it's not worth the effort, and you walk away, it should no one in your family gets to be mad about that. No one gets to be mad. That's always been my thing about it, is like, you just don't get to be mad at me for it. Right. You don't get to be upset with me about that. No, not me. Oh my gosh, what I learned. Well, I think I'm just learning that I live my life. I move in phases. I have phases of maybe this is just my way of like trying to explain away why I'm not doing anything lately. But I think I'm just in a phase now, like a restful phase. This is just like a restful phase of my life. And then I had my phase when I was younger of like being really career motivated. And so now I'm having this phase, and think I'm ready for the next phase. But also I'm trying to like just lean into the fact that I do move in phases. So it's okay that I'm having this experience right now. I think it's just so hard when like, I just find
when you have the blanket of a virus, when you're not sure.
Self-identity work is really hard when there's like major traumas happening in the world around you
daily.
Yeah. So like, so there's this part of me that's like, okay, but is it just that it's a phase, or am I really being like impacted pretty hard by what's happening in my surroundings? But also just like, I think the thing that I'm learning consistently and that I'm telling myself repeatedly is just that I'm allowed the space and time to do what I want to do. And that's really it. I mean, like, whether it is that I move in phases or whatever, it really is just like, I'm not going to be hard on myself really for anything. moving forward. Because why?
Right.
Why
there's
do
no
I need to
need.
be- I just don't need. If I don't need that extra added stress and pressure, and I am also making a conscious decision to only care for myself, really. Like, I don't have kids. I don't have anything person that I need to care for, which is a choice that I am making. Then I feel like it's just like, whatever, I'm just going to do what I want to do then.
Again, you have to give yourself a reminder, like, hey, you are making the best out of the situation that is handed to you. Because the thing of it is let's say you want to make your money moves, right? Or you want to make your moves next with your red bottom shoes or whatever. How you going to, you have to consider the sacrifice you're making. These days, the sacrifice is I could possibly get a disease that could kill me, dead to my teeth. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yes.
It's like, okay,
if
you want a next phase could be risky.
Yes.
Right now. Mm-hmm. Literally, you could step outside.
Yes.
So it's just, I don't know if I'm responding to your question appropriately, but remind yourself, hey man, you're doing great for what you're doing a great job with everything that is coming at you, sis.
Yes. I feel like I'm so trying to be so self-aware constantly because there's like this pressure, I think, for us as young people to always be like growing and doing better and being self-aware and making sure you're doing the work.
Yeah. And it has to be visible to others in order to be validated.
Yeah.
And real truth of the matter is we got to stop telling people our business. We got to stop telling people what our dreams are because then it don't happen.
It's hard, right? Because then the good stuff kind of starts to get turned into like artificial stuff too, and I have to remind myself healing is a hot word right now, and it's an idea that it's like one of those, it's trendy.
Yeah.
Healing is trendy.
Yeah.
And we think about what that looks like. Well, healing, your skin is glowing and you're wearing something floral.
Salts.
Yeah, you got a flower headband for some reason.
Sometimes healing is just, hey girl, I took a shower today and
and you're playing and you're playing a recorder and you have tarot cards, and those are all great things. I don't think that those are not healing things, but I have to remind myself sometimes like, okay, but healing doesn't look like that either. Healing might look like sleeping until 11 one day. Maybe it looks like a 3-hour nap. Okay. Yeah. Maybe it looks like not speaking to anybody for an entire week.
Yeah. Like not answering your phone.
Yeah.
That's a real thing.
And another thing that I've been telling myself all week, and really, I mean, for a long time, but mostly a lot this week, is you are just a tiny speck. No one cares. Just do whatever you want to do because you are a tiny speck. So if you want to do this thing, I know we say it a lot on the show, but the truth is I think I'm telling myself that because who cares? Well, I don't have to be so concerned about what other people are thinking about what I'm doing. I'm gonna do what I want to do because who cares? Life is
who gonna check me, boo?
Yeah, life is too short.
It is. I'm
just giving myself lots of grace.
Well-being. However it manifests and however it looks and however that best suits you, of course, as long as it is sane.
Yes, and sometimes, not harmful to others.
That's really what I want to say is that as long as it's not harmful to others.
It's a vibe. It's a vibe.
Yeah. So I don't know if this is really, it's a vibe. So lately, I have to, my it's a vibe is talking to yourself, being mindful of the words you say to yourself and really understanding that there is power in how you speak to yourself.
Okay.
And that can be a motivator to get you going. Like I say that for some reason it's been helping me lately. I'll say, okay, Britton, get up out of the bed, get up out of the bed, get up out of the bed, get out of the bed. And I get out of the bed. You've heard me say that to myself like 3 times in a row. with different things, True. Like, all right, Britton, go work out, go work out. Get yourself going. That's just some examples. It can be anything. But understanding the power of the words that you speak to yourself, which I think is a vibe.
It's a vibe. I do
been
the
helping
same
me
thing
this week.
Yeah. I have to tell myself things. Okay, it's a vibe or not. Donald Jr. has COVID. I just want it to take one of them. That's it, you know? So I'm going to say it's a...
I don't care about people saying things about not wishing bad things on others, but I am sorry. That administration and that family has wreaked havoc amongst every single American person in this world, whether they want to see it or not. In this country, excuse me. Get them the out of here, man. Like, seriously, they have ruined
so many lives.
Everything. So many lives.
So many lives. So, I think it's a vibe.
I just want take him.
Take one.
Get him out of here.
Just one. We just want.
All right.
Okay. You have any more?
No.
Last one. Michael B. Jordan.
Oh my God.
Was named as the sexiest man alive. I think it's a vibe.
It's absolutely a vibe.
I've always liked Michael B. Jordan.
Somebody referred to him as Steve Harvey.
I saw.
Somebody also had a photo,
Steve Harvey.
Essence photo shoot he did where he's lifting up his shirt, and he was like, the photo we wanted to see on that cover. And I was like, yeah.
Yes.
I mean, you know, the Michael B. could tap. Absolutely get it. You know, I don't think he the finest one. I think Jason Momoa look better.
Ooh, I agree.
I'm just saying.
I would agree with that, but I think Michael B. Jordan is.
I think he's hot. I do, but I ain't fitting to like. I think Kofi Siriboe finer.
Yes, that's also true.
Girl, I mean, there's so many more people.
Okay, well, we made it another week. Congratulations.
Well,
okay, well, thank you all for joining us for another week. We appreciate it. Check us out on Instagram. You can go to VillageVibesPDX.com, and we will most likely see you next week, maybe. Maybe?
Yeah, well, you will. It takes a village.
Takes a village.